everyone. Welcome to the Bench Podcast. My name is Joey, episode 130, joined by my brother and co-host Angel. What's up, man?
What's up? What's going on, Joey? How are you today?
I've asked you this. I'm good. Thank you for asking. I asked you this before. I'm going to ask you again. You're wearing a Weezer shirt. I need you to name at least one song.
Beverly Hills.
Hey. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, I got that one.
Over at the producer's desk, registered Packers owner Gabe Tovar and 6'5" on a good day, AJ Woodson.
What up?
Welcome back, boys.
Hey, Weezer song. Another Weezer song.
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
Weezer. I
Say it ain't so. Say
it ain't so. Whoa, whoa.
You guys clearly know more about
Buddy Holly.
Buddy Holly. Yeah.
You don't know what I know. Idea.
On this episode, news from around the league, a lot going on. And then after that, we're going to talk a little wide receiver drama.
Yes.
A lot of stuff going on. A lot of guys getting money, a lot of guys wanting money and mad about it. We're going to talk about all of that. Before we do that, if it's your first time here on YouTube, welcome to the channel.
Hi.
Subscribe, turn on those notifications, and keep up with us as we cover all things NFL and a lot more.
Yeah.
A lot more.
A lot more, because a lot of things
Sometimes
happen.
a little too much.
Yeah, yes.
Sometimes
yes.
we stray a little too far.
You have no idea how much we cut of the show, because we go too far.
So much. I mean, even right before the show.
Yeah.
Even right before we turn on the cameras.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We always have to, yeah, you're right.
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, number one, that'd be incredible because it's still down and haven't been able to post a show yet.
Tell us how you're doing it.
But we'll be back on there soon. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, leave a review, and of course, follow us on Instagram, X, and TikTok to follow the show. Between the show, all sorts of highlights, reaction, camp videos, camp reaction. There's a lot of stuff going up on the socials. Make sure you're on all those and subscribe to all of them because there's different things going on every single platform. Instagram, TikTok, and then Twitter, I guess, is a little different now because Ed Werder blocked me. So
yeah, we're living in a post minus Ed Werder world.
Yeah, well, so is ESPN. So.
There's dark times. So is
So is Ed Werder.
So is Ed Werder. There's a bunch of L's here.
Check out benchshow.com. Sign up for the weekly email when the season gets started. You're going to make sure you're signed up for that. A lot of free FREE fantasy advice, information. Get ready for your draft. Get ready to dominate your league. With that email, make sure you're signed up as the season starts. And then, of course, catch up on the Benched Beat, articles from Fandom, Fantasy, and all things NFL. One of our writers, Greg Fryer, is going to begin to post, I think, monthly division reviews. So that's kind of cool information on all the teams, including your team. Okay, got something special today, boys. Okay. It is June 2nd today, 3rd when people hear this episode, and June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yeah.
We're a show full of men, so I thought, well, this fits.
Mm-hmm.
We want to highlight a foundation that's doing a lot in this category. The Face It Foundation provides support, groups, meals, social activities, and retreats that break the isolation and loneliness that often come with depression. They offer these events totally free of charge, so cost will never be a barrier to men getting help. Great organization. Face It Foundation.
Yep.
We have a 97% male audience.
Yeah.
Like across all platforms. We're not big in the ladies.
I don't know why either. Couldn't imagine.
I do.
We have our best guys on this trying to figure it out why.
Since we have a huge male audience, the Bench Podcast wanted to do our part in the month of June. When you use our Dad Gang hat code, BENCHED76826, not only will you receive 50% off your purchase, but half of every dollar will be donated toward the efforts of the Face It Foundation. Your gift will help fund online in-person support system that plays a crucial role in the recovery of so many. So check out these hats. They're awesome. AJ, go to your camera real quick.
Sir.
AJ's rocking a new one. That's honestly one of my favorites.
I was waiting for this one to get back in stock.
That's a dope hat.
It's like an eggshell with the pink, right?
Yeah, it's like a little soft cream.
Yeah, there you go.
With a nice little
They're
pink.
honestly great hats. They hold their shape.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're
they look
so
sharp.
many different versions.
Yeah.
Everybody asks me, like, oh, what's that? What does your hat say? Like, what is it?
yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
It says bench on it.
Not to mention, we're 10 days away from Father's Day.
Yeah.
Yep.
So get one for your dad, get one for your father figure, get one for yourself if you're a dad. So I don't care why you buy it.
Yeah,
Just buy it for someone.
Buy it for that.
Okay, boys, I got a little game for you here. Got all three of you here. We're according to Pro Football Focus, okay, the NFL's top 10 roster rankings, okay? Top 10. You don't got to get the order right, but I want to see if you guys can name all 10.
All 10.
You have, let's say, 3 misses? 5 misses.
So as a team, we have.
No,
As a team. Okay.
Let's go 3 misses.
3 misses. Okay, 3 misses. Go ahead. top 10 rosters.
Yeah, I'll start. The 49ers.
Number
gotta be
one.
in
Yep.
there.
Let's go with the Chiefs, Super Bowl champs.
Number 2.
Eagles,
Number 3.
Packers.
Not on the list. That's one miss.
One miss.
I'm gonna
He
say
went, he went rogue there. He didn't ask you guys.
sorry.
I'm gonna say the Chicago Bears.
That's one miss. Sorry. Chicago Bears is not on the list.
Really?
That's
I
2
thought for
misses.
sure they would put them.
You got
on
one more
Oh
miss.
my god. Okay.
Oh.
Good. All right. Oh.
Before we say
Maybe collaborate, boys.
the Baltimore Ravens.
The
Yeah.
Bengals have to be on there.
We were forgetting the Lions.
Okay.
You guys got to tell me final answer because y'all
Okay.
just
We're gonna say the Ravens,
on the list. Number 5.
and then
And the Lions.
And
The Lions.
Lions number 6.
Okay.
So you got half of them.
Are we saying the Bengals?
You're missing 4, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Okay. So
Or
Oh,
so
man.
so number 4 is a big one.
Pittsburgh maybe.
well,
right?
we're missing number 4.
What about
Whatever
Texans?
Number 4 is.
Texans, or do you think they're too young? They would put them there.
Bills.
The Dolphins.
Buffalo.
Bills, Dolphins.
No. Oh,
I
man.
love this.
the
But
Cowboys.
you guys anguish.
On paper, the Cowboys always have the roster. This is tough.
Let's choose Bills or Dolphins.
Have we said Philly yet?
We
Yeah,
said
yeah,
Philly.
we said
Yeah.
Philly.
We're
We said
missing
Philly.
number 4. Number 1 was 49ers. Number 2.
You have 49ers, Chiefs, Eagles. Missing
that's
number
1, 2, and
4.
3, and we're missing
You
number
have Ravens, Lions, and then missing 7 through 10.
4. Who's number 4?
4 is killing me.
I honestly thought it was
I definitely want to say the Bengals. I want to say if you guys don't want to go with the Bengals,
Let's go with the Bengals.
I need a guess, boys.
Let's go with the
Bengals.
Bengals.
We'll go Bengals.
Yes, Bengals number 8.
Okay.
Oh, wow, okay.
we're still
So you
missing
got
number
6.
4.
You need 4 more.
It's let's
Is-
go.
is-
So
is
it's
every-
not.
are they
It's
as
not.
hot?
The Jets.
Texans.
The Jets.
Are they,
the
are they
Jets
as
have to be
high
on
on
there.
Houston as we are?
The Jets have to be on there. Both defense
Dude,
and offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
let's go. Let's go with the Jets.
Yeah.
Jets number 4.
Bam.
Oh, okay, nice.
Okay, you need
Well
3
done.
more,
Well done.
boys.
Thank
you
you,
need
thank you.
7, 8, and 10. No, sorry, 7, 9,
Nine
and
Okay,
10.
so
Okay.
New England,
It's-
Jets, Buffalo,
Pittsburgh.
Miami.
Pittsburgh is not an option.
I would
No,
put
right?
Pittsburgh on there.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So we said
the
we said
Browns?
Cincinnati. Did we just go with the Browns defense?
Colts. No, probably the Colts, the Texans, the Jaguars. What's the other team in that division?
Hold on, you're messing me up.
Well, I'm trying to go through teams here. The Cardinals, the Rams. Will the Rams be on there?
No.
The Rams.
Just lost Aaron Donald. No.
Yeah, but I mean,
Need a guess, boys.
like Puka Nakua, Matthew Stafford.
I like that Browns pick.
Yeah, we're gonna say Cleveland.
All right.
Browns not on the list.
Oh,
Okay, so you had number 1, they have the 49ers, 2 Chiefs, 3 Fly Eagles Fly. Number 4, the Jets. That was a clutch pick.
Yeah,
Great
nice.
game. Number 5, the Ravens. Number 6, the Lions. Number 7, you missed it. You said it. The Texans.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Texans on the list. Number 8, the Bengals. You got the Bengals. And then 9 and 10, you were circling them. You just wouldn't commit to it. The Cowboys and the Bills.
Yeah.
So you almost had it. Good.
That's pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good work, though, boys. Let's get into the news. So there was a version of part of this show recorded before, but it was just for reps because either Gabe didn't push record or I accidentally deleted it. It's honestly 50-50.
Or
I'm not
someone stole the show.
sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what
Through the
happened.
power
Or
of the
Ed
internet.
Werder somehow snuck into the studio.
Just take this.
Honestly, I'm going with that.
yeah. Fuck you, Ed.
Okay.
Leave that man alone.
That's
Leave him
one.
alone.
That's one. One for Angel.
Oh.
Okay.
For today.
No, yeah.
Board's not there.
So, anyways, we're gonna cover a lot of this news. Again, now for the camera and for you guys. So,
Yeah.
here we go.
Hi.
The NFL and NFL Films have selected the Chicago Bears to serve as this year's team on Hard Knocks. The first episode of Hard Knocks with the Bears is scheduled to air Tuesday, August 6th. I know how Angel's feeling. Boys, how are you feeling about this?
This is awesome. This now for the Bears and for Caleb Williams, is this great? I don't think so. But for us as an audience, this is fantastic.
So much
I
fun.
love this.
You know what? You just changed my mind. That is very true.
Right?
Put more pressure on the boy. Go ahead. Do it.
Such a Packer
Go
fan.
put a million cameras in front of his face mid-August and then tell him, hey, in 2 weeks you need to get it together. So
I mean, that was part of our take as well. Like,
Yeah.
not only did you have the weight of
Thanks for that, man.
saving the Bears organization and all these starving fans, but now there's going to be a camera in the locker room
Yep.
as you're learning.
I think
Right.
he's used to cameras being around. He's Caleb Williams.
Right.
He's had cameras on
yeah,
since
but
he was like.
this is the NFL level, though.
I think he'll be just fine. And also it'd be great television too.
Like, you just agree with me sometimes.
It's such great television. We're going to get to see, obviously, this defense is properly stocked.
Yeah.
Right. And then you're gonna get Roma Dunze in there. It'd be cool. Keenan Allen on a new team.
DJ Moore.
How fun
out
is
there.
that? DJ
Yeah.
Moore there. That running back. Just a lot of personalities on this team. I was kind of surprised they weren't on that list.
They've acquired a good roster.
Like, I kind of feel like generally me and this show, but more so me, are higher on the Bears than like everyone else. But I just think this roster's stacked.
Yeah, they have playmakers on defense at all three levels, and now playmakers on offense. Obviously, I'm surprised.
Maybe we're wrong, but I mean, I feel like the only question mark on this team is the quarterback, who happens to be the number one overall pick.
Right. I mean, they've got, in my opinion, the second best top 3 receivers, maybe behind Houston, as we talked about before the show.
Yeah.
It'd also be a good inside look too at the coaching staff, which has been a huge question mark. Now you're going to put them in interviews. The camera's going to be on them. We got to make some calls here.
Would you take the Texans wideout core or the Bears wideout core?
Texans.
That's because DJ
That's
Moore is just as good as
I don't
you
know.
can call.
Why don't we do this? Let's draft those 6. Who's the number one?
Who's the number one pick of
DJ
those? DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Then I'm probably going
Nico.
Then Stephon
Nico,
Diggs.
Stephon, Tank Dell will probably go right after them.
Tank Dell
or
Keenan
Keenan
Allen. And then Dunze's a total wild card.
Right.
They're both good. They're both really, really good.
Good for sweet.
So I don't know. But yeah, Hard Knocks is killing it. Can't wait for the Bears. But just in general, they're killing it.
Yeah.
Don't forget the Giants are going to get that offseason edition of Hard Knocks with the Giants, going through free agency, losing Saquon.
It's like a nice appetizer.
Yeah, that's going to be. I'm actually looking forward to that because we haven't really gotten to see like that version of the NFL offseason.
Yeah,
like the things, the time that we think is dead time. Like, what is the NFL organization doing? Of course, training camp with the Bears, and then don't forget in the season we're going to get an entire division being followed around for a Hard Knocks. Like, they are killing it with this Hard Knocks schedule. I am super pumped.
The NFL players probably, can we get HBO off our asses, please?
God, you're just gonna get more of it.
No, actually, next year we're gonna do a full 365
well,
days.
You know what's next, right? It's the playoffs.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Playoff
What
runs.
coach is going to allow
They're gonna
that?
hate it.
Yeah,
there's
no
no
way.
way.
So much
But there's too
distractions.
much money in it. There's too much.
I
money.
mean, my
It's
wife watches Hard Knocks now.
It's
Like,
it's gonna be a bargaining chip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want an extra bye week? Okay, well, give us Hard Knocks. I think I don't know. There's
we're-
just so much money. In
So we're going to see 6 teams in Hard
Yeah.
Knocks this year.
It's so much fun.
There's going to be a play. If they do the playoff one, I could imagine there's going to be a player that's going to get the freaking camera out my face, dude.
No,
Like,
yeah, because it's playoffs. You want like no distractions. Like some people don't even have social media or their phones for those.
I would hate to be a cameraman for that. It's like, dude, I am so nervous to go around this
I
right
would
now.
love to be a cameraman for that.
No, because you know how many people are just going to be like, get out of here. Leave. Or I swear to
I would
God.
be like, hit me. I'll be a millionaire.
Hey, baby. Please hit me in the face.
Just right there, just all close up.
So how do you feel about this week's matchup?
You really fucked that up. What?
Yeah.
What?
So week 4 you fumbled. Thoughts on that?
Probably hate Goodell right now, huh?
All right, let's move on here. Drew Brees. The great Drew Brees will be
no.
inducted to the Saints Hall of Fame during the 2024 season. I mean, the list of accolades surrounding this man is incredible. Second in all-time passing yards, second in passing touchdowns, 13-time Pro Bowler, of course, has a Super Bowl himself, the NFL leader in completion percentage. I mean,
not worthy.
the list goes on and on. The list goes on and on with this guy. I mean, thank God the Saints are doing
Scared
this.
the hell out of me.
Hopefully. Did it?
That's scared.
Yeah, I mean, thank God they're doing it now. Hopefully, this is as soon as they were able to, because if they waited 1 minute to do this, like, shame on you.
Yeah, I don't know why he was. Is there a waiting period for this stuff? 'Cause
I feel like you do this as soon as he retires.
he's like the best Saint of all time.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they were saving it to like, let's wait till we really suck.
Yeah, then
And then to raise morale,
we gotta
Drew
sell.
Brees.
We gotta sell tickets or something. Like Drew Brees, you're in now. Yeah. Drew Brees is. I think Drew Brees. I think of that Super Bowl where like that magical season. You know, obviously onside kick, and then Drew Brees finally getting the championship. First Hall of
Was that
Famer.
after the hurricane?
It was, yep.
Yeah.
A couple years.
God, what a season.
Yeah.
What a season. Drew Brees, hero in New Orleans. He has
Yeah.
not bought a drink there in
No.
ever?
decades.
Yeah.
We just, was it last week? We talked about like franchise goats. He's the New Orleans Saints.
Oh
franchise
yeah.
goat.
Oh yeah.
Like, clearly.
by a wide margin.
Let's move on here. Over 2.4 million football fans who subscribe to the NFL Sunday Ticket. Raise your hand if you subscribe. Yep, that's all of us. Could be eligible to receive over $6 billion in damages. That is $2,500 each. This is part of an antitrust case brought against the NFL and DirecTV back in 2015. So basically, what I've read about this is that America's saying no.
Yeah.
You cannot screw over the NFL fan, just like the MLB and NBA have local TV deals where people in that city can watch their own team and not have to pay literally up to $900.
Yep.
Like Sunday Ticket will charge you. They're gonna, I think, eventually make the NFL follow that same rule, obey those antitrust laws. But yeah, I love that Sunday Ticket is right behind Roger Goodell and next to the NFL Shield, because I feel like those three are the ones that have been screwing us royally the last couple of years.
Yeah, paying for a Sunday Ticket's not some cheap thing. Like, and then sometimes
it's a business decision.
No, and then sometimes like oh sweet, like if you're in LA and you're a Rams fan, okay, I'm gonna go watch the Rams on Fox. Nope, it's actually blocked out on Sunday Ticket because you live in the so I have to. Why can't it be on? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. No sense.
Yeah. Boys, you excited for that 2,500?
Now, did you have to subscribe in 2015? Because in 2015,
I was asked that too.
We were college students.
I think but no, I think I had it that year though. I think I had it in 2015.
I don't know about 2015. We were pretty broke.
I was scraping pennies.
You remember
in those days, though.
Unless we really combined forces.
But for real though, is it just that one year?
I don't have.
We don't know,
dude. I was 19. I had about $45.
And you probably put it all towards this. It's like that would have been a decision. Like, it's worth it.
You know what though? Like, this isn't smoke. There's no blowing smoke here. I've been a part of a few like class action lawsuits like this, and just got some money in the mail.
Oh yeah,
it happened to me with my old job.
I always sign up.
Yeah,
I was like, "Yep, I'll be a part of this."
Weren't we supposed to get something from Facebook like a year ago?
Were we?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was like a big Facebook.
It was
like anything.
It was like I got something from AMC one time.
Wow.
Like a check for like the 100.
I know they're always like, you were treated unfairly. Like
I sure was.
I was.
I sure
I
was.
guess I was.
Now that you say it,
Let's move on here. The Minnesota Vikings tight end TJ Hockenson, of course, suffered that late ACL injury, is expected to miss a month to a month and a half of the start of the season, according to Will Regats. I hope that's actually his last name. That's a sick last name.
Sick name, Will.
But yeah, Hockenson out for a month and a half. We talked about this.
Yeah.
We had kind of differing what the Vikings should do. Or was it Gabe? One of you guys. I thought, pump the brakes on this guy. You paid him. You need him for a long term. No reason to rush him back. Gabe wants to rush him back and risk his career. Gabe?
That's not risking his career. Stop it. I just think it hurts the young rookie quarterback to not have the guy there. And I'm not saying rush him back, but I'm saying like I think we're talking about the fantasy side of it too, where it was rushing him back for the fan, not rushing him back in the season or anything. So
no, I'm talking about the NFL part of it.
So like the NFL part of it, I mean, he said 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah,
and I mean that you still have a good chunk of the year left. I think you could probably bring it back week 5 or 6.
And then you're hoping that one of those weeks is a bye week. He's not missing.
Right.
But I don't know when their bye week
Actually,
is.
hold on. That's a great.
But we've also learned that in the last couple of years, if we're going to talk fantasy, if it says 4 to 6 weeks, that doesn't mean you're playing in week 7.
Right.
It means there's a ramping up time. There's a practice window time that they open. So you got that 21-day window. Maybe they get him back. Maybe they don't. And then you have the ramp up. All the while, my point was it's a rookie quarterback. So you don't even know what the volume is to be distributed.
Yeah.
So to me, AJ, I even made the statement, fantasy-wise, redraft, I may not be touching Hockenson.
Yeah, and I drafted him in our fantasy draft, our mock draft.
I have him in a dynasty league. How do you guys feel about him dynasty-wise?
Probably the same. Yeah, but
it out.
Redraft as a back, I only say as a backup in case something goes horribly wrong and he just like a good dart throw at the end of the season for a playoff push, Hockenson. But during the draft, if he goes undrafted, I'm kind of fine with it.
So really interesting here. Their bye week is actually week 6.
Okay,
so it'd be at the tail end of that.
Very nice, yeah.
Honestly, what you said too, dynasty. I think I'm moving on. Look at the crop of tight ends that have come in the last 2 years.
Let me know if you don't want him.
Don't touch me.
Let me know if you don't want him.
Joey has him.
Oh, Joey has him.
Yeah, I think I'm holding on to him, especially because of what we talked about recently. The tight end class is different. I can grab some fill in the gap tight end. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of them out there. Dallas Goedert literally might be available.
Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, like half, like 7-8 picks down the road. So, So TJ Hockenson. But yeah, I get what Gabe's saying though. Overall, this just sucks for McCarthy because to have Addison, Jefferson, and Hockenson would have been awesome for a young quarterback. Yeah, that would have been as good as the Bears situation.
Yeah, part of the appeal was like, this guy, maybe he was a game manager in college, but he's going to a very talented roster. Now you take away one of those stars, you only have 2.
Yeah.
Also Aaron Jones.
Yeah,
I forgot about Aaron Jones.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Okay, let's do this and we'll get to a break. Mike McCarthy says Trey Lance is close to being a master of the Cowboys system.
Master.
Are you guys buying Trey Lance as the future of the Dallas Cowboys? Yes or no?
Straight from Jerry Jones' ass. Hey, Mike, go out there and tell him that.
Mike, pop your head out for a second.
Yeah.
Mike, step into my office. Take your pants off. Sit there, Indian style. That's an intimidation. You gotta sit there naked when you talk to Jerry.
Crisscross applesauce with your stuff hanging
Mike
out.
McCarthy. That's a lot of hanging.
It's a lot of applesauce.
I need you to say this. First of all, we're all in.
Hey, Mike, we're all in.
We're all in.
But we just can't afford it.
Say it with me, Mike. We're all in.
Mike's like, we're all in.
We're all in. We're all in, Jerry.
I need you to tell the media he's a master of the Cowboys system.
That's crazy to say he's a
What's
master.
the Cowboys system? Because if it's Mike McCarthy, they've only had it for 1 year because Kellen Moore was just there.
And I think Dak's the master. He had a pretty good year last year. I don't understand. Man, they have 2 master quarterbacks there. That's pretty good.
That's an incredible quarterback
Please do
university.
That QB room is absolutely stacked.
Jokes aside, do you buy Lance? Do you think they give him a shot to take over?
They definitely give him a shot, but no way I don't buy he's just going to go in there. I mean,
I want to see
it's
it.
been so many years now where he's been pushed to the side saying, no, you're not now. You think all of a sudden now he's a master of the offense or whatever? No, I don't buy that.
I was thinking about Trey Lance because he's just been pushed aside, like you said, over and over again. Like when him and Fields talk and Fields is complaining, he's like, bro, I don't want to hear it. I got drafted top 5 and just I've played 1 game. I never, Brock Purdy is. They shipped me out when he came to town.
Yeah, Trey Lance is an interesting story. I want him to have another shot at a starting job.
I just want to see.
Who is he?
I just don't want it in Dallas because I think Dak's just light years.
I think
better.
Dallas is a perfect place for him to show it.
As an Eagle fan, I think it's a perfect place for him. Get rid of Dak and give Trey Lance a shot.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break, and we're going to get back with some wide receiver drama, talking Texans, talking Miami, talking top contracts among receivers, and, of course, the Bengals. A lot of drama going on there. Be right back. Marquise Brown on the Kansas City Chiefs with the Rashee Rice problems, with everyone else being unproven, including rookie Xavier Worthy. Marquise Brown is getting a lot of hype this year. Is Marquise Brown a top 10 fantasy receiver playing for Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the Kansas City Chiefs?
I would say top 20, 25.
He could be Mahomes' guy
I don't think he's going to get the touchdowns. I think he's going to get the yards. Well, because they just drafted a high-end rookie.
They've been drafting high-end rookies. He's 26. He's young still. This offense seems to be tailor-made for him.
But Rashee Rice is still good. He won't go anywhere. I know this year he got into some trouble. He's not going anywhere.
Rashee Rice came into the league with off-field concerns. Here we go after year 1, multiple off-season things. I am a big Marquise Brown guy this year.
Top 10's a lot.
That's a ballsy call. Top 20, 25, that's easy. Top 10 is you got to catch touchdowns, and I think in Andy Reid's offense, wide receivers catch touchdowns. Quarterback Anthony Richardson shrugs off concerns over his durability and says there's nothing wrong with his playing style. Are you concerned with the longevity of Anthony Richardson's career if he does not change his playing style?
Yes. Go ask Cam Newton what this ended up being like.
Yep.
What if he says, well, Josh Allen's doing it?
Well, not everyone's Josh Allen.
Right, but some people are.
Most likely not.
And it's the odds. Like, what are the odds?
There's going to be someone who is like that. Like, we're always going to say, we're saying now, we're always going to say about anyone who makes a statement. Well, Cam Newton and RG3. And there's going to be guys eventually who are going to do it. It's not, we can't just say no to everyone.
Played 3.5 NFL games before he proved that he can't be that guy.
That's who he is, how he plays. You either get all of him and who he is, or don't have him. You know what I'm saying? Or he's not your guy, because that's who he is. Don't get him in hopes that he becomes someone else. Okay, we're back. We're going to jump into some wide receiver drama here. But first, some good news.
Yeah.
The Texans and wide receiver Nico Collins have reached an agreement on a 3-year contract worth $72 million per Gabe's girl, Diana Rossini.
Yeah.
A big payday for one of the NFL's emerging stars. Thank you, Ari Merov, for saying that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this guy is.
A star.
He's an emerging star. And
Yeah.
we need to start looking at him that way.
Yeah, he had phenomenal season last year. Obviously, him and C.J. Stroud have phenomenal chemistry. They just said, you know what? Let's just continue this for the next 3 years or 4 years. Yeah, this guy's underrated and never gets talked about in the elite tier of wideouts, but needs to because, like, numbers don't lie. And look at his numbers last year.
In the first year with C.J. Stroud, Nico Collins had 91 catches, nearly 1,500 yards, 9 touchdowns in 17 games, absolutely dominated in the one playoff game he played in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this guy, he deserved the money. This is so smart by the Texans not to overthink this and doubt Nico Collins. He just kept producing. And they didn't have a lot to work with last year. So you got to imagine he was getting rolled over coverage. He was getting double. He was getting people were you knew who Nico Collins was because the other option was Robert Woods
and Noah Brown.
Yeah. Exactly. So I love this. I'm a big fan. I know you guys are big fans of Nico Collins as well, right?
Yep.
I mean, he's just a man's man at receiver.
Yeah.
Dominates in man coverage. And I think it's going to be even more so. Like you said, last season he was doubled. You've got Stephon Diggs out there. You've got a healthy Tank Dell out there now. He's gonna eat cornerbacks up.
Not to mention Stephon Diggs on a 1-year deal. He won't be around most likely next year. And if he does want to be around, he has no leverage with the Texans because we have Tank Dell and Nico Collins.
Why is it that the longer this goes on, the more like reasons we had to believe Stephon Diggs is just such a terrible person there in Houston?
It's just not.
As long as he buys into just being one of the guys, cool.
Which he's not.
When does that ever happen?
In a contract year, the last chance he'll be able to get a contract, he changes number to number 1. I don't want to be too tic-tacky, but I mean, he's obviously coming in saying, like, I'm going to reestablish myself in the league. And that's not good news for the Texans.
Imagine if Hard Knocks goes to the AFC South, too.
Oh, yeah. That'd be fun.
Sorry. I just let's be a little easy on Stephon Diggs. Maybe he
No.
I think he'd be just fine, have great numbers, but maybe you're right. He has been prone. If you can't get along with Josh Allen giving you like all the targets all the time,
right.
That's something that's worrisome.
I was gonna say, as long as you understand that history is
Yeah.
against what you're saying.
Yeah, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt because like on paper it's like, oh, this is a sweet situation, but like, bro, you just came from a pretty good situation, and so there's a reason why they traded
Josh
you.
Allen in the playoffs, deep in the playoffs every single year, and he was pissed off when they were on a winning streak last year. I don't know.
But it was congrats to Nico Collins.
Yeah.
Get in the bag. Good for you, man.
Good job, Nico. Let's move over to Miami here. Another guy getting the bag. Jaylen Waddle and the Dolphins reached agreement today on a 3-year, $84.75 million contract. Includes $76 million guaranteed. Absolutely. The deal makes Waddle one of the league's top 5 highest paid receivers. Waddle top 5. Wow. Too much? Or what do you think?
This is a result of why you don't want to pay your wideouts last, because then you end up paying him.
I was going to say, yeah.
Like, Waddle's good, but I'd take Nico Collins over Jaylen Waddle, and the guaranteed money is less with Nico Collins. I mean, Waddle's a phenomenal player. Let's not get that mixed up, but overpaid top 5 in the league, that's crazy.
I think it's just more so they're just getting ahead of it. They're just trying to get ahead of it before the other ones do.
Well, they're like 6th though. Like people have been paid prior to that, but yeah. Now this makes sense for Brandon Ayuk asking for so much money. It's like, okay, now I get it because Waddle got 28.
25-year-old. He's under contract now for the next 5 seasons in Miami. I want to look at the top 5 highest paid receivers. Put that up, AJ, if you can. Number 1, AJ Brown. This is per year, $32 million. Amon-Ra, they're at 30. Tyreek Hill at 30. So those guys, we all think they are the top 3 consensus. Of course, Jefferson's going to join them and top them all soon. I think Jefferson 35 is probably where he's going to land.
Easily.
Up there. And then you have Jamar Chase, who also wants a contract. We'll talk about that in a second. Jaylen Waddle, though, right behind them and above Devontae Adams. This really gives you a picture of where exactly they placed like importance on keeping Jaylen Waddle. These names are massive, and Jaylen Waddle hasn't produced like these guys yet.
Yeah. Also, let's not to kind of just be a little conspiracy theorist. Tyreek Hill's on his last year of his deal. He's 30 years old. Maybe next year, like, we're not going to pay Tyreek Hill $35 million. Let's just pay him now. And next year, number 1 is we only get paid 28. Maybe that's happening. That's just a theory in case they want to sign Tyreek Hill for whatever reason. It's a nice backup plan. At least you have this in the back. Like we have Waddle.
Over there across at the producer's desk, I want you guys each to answer this question. Who is the best bargain on this list, and who's the worst bargain?
Jeez.
Bargain. I think
value. Let's say value.
Okay, I think for his age and his production, I'm going to go with Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams is at the last leg of his career, as on paper, Tyreek Hill's on the last leg of his career.
Right.
AJ Brown, we don't know how that passing offense is going to be after last season. I think it's Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I think you have to go by age too. So like, yeah, St. Brown, what, 26 or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Something very young.
He's going on his 4th year.
And then Hill, we talked about Hill. I don't know if it was the last episode or not, but we talked about Hill like just like a little bit too, where like this could be his very last year of like
could
be like the big year of knowing of what we know him to be. This could be his last year. So that contract, I'm not sure how long it goes into the next few seasons, but that could probably be like the worst one there.
Angel, answer me this: where does Brandon Ayuk belong on this list?
Not on the list, tell you that.
Wow.
Even over Devontae?
I wouldn't pay him $28 million.
I wouldn't either.
Wow.
I'd pay him. What did Devonta Smith got like 24?
24, 25.
I would right there in that area. I wouldn't pay Ayuk that much.
And he's looking for 30. He wants Amon-Ra money, which is that kind of puts in context. What he's asking.
Let's look at the top three: Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and AJ Brown have proved it for seasons.
Not a chance. Yeah.
Ayuk just proved that he could be number one. So let's just pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah. A couple years ago, teams kind of solicited to this idea of let's just get our quarterback a guy.
Yeah.
A quarterback. And then it's now changing to let's get our guy two guys.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what's happening now. Here are 5 teams who are paying 2 wide receivers at least $20 million. Dolphins, of course, joined that list with the Waddle contract, Tyreek and Waddle. Eagles this year as well joined that with Devonta Smith, AJ Brown. The Texans, just like that, on the list.
Yep.
With Nico and Stephon Diggs getting paid, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen for the Bears, and Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Let's do it again. Angel, now to you. Best value, worst value of these duos?
Best value is DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. I mean, you're paying them you're not paying them top dollar, but those guys are always in the mention of the top wideouts, top 10, top 5 wideouts in the league. The worst value is just because of age. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Mike Evans is still a dog. Chris Godwin hasn't shown a lot. Like last year, he had a bad year, so that's kind of the only one I wouldn't pay that much to.
So mine is the Bucs. I don't like that the Bucs are paying these guys because look at the quarterbacks involved. This is obviously a plan to maximize what you believe is great potential at quarterback. The Dolphins obviously believe in Tua. The Eagles, Hurts. Texans, of course, they have Stroud. Bears just drafted Caleb Williams. And over there at the Bucs, who's trying to maximize these guys? Baker Mayfield.
Easy.
So I'm just saying that's not the guy. You know what I'm saying? That you go get these top 2 receivers because he's not going to make both those guys worth it. We just said Chris Godwin had a terrible year. Is that because Chris Godwin? Probably not. It's probably because Baker Mayfield can't support 2 $20 million receivers.
Or maybe, to counter that, it's just more like, well, he's not as good, so let's give him as much help as possible to make him better. He did have a career year last year.
They were a playoff team too.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, a playoff win.
Win. I don't know. It is both. Baker Mayfield obviously has his limitations, but it does help to have 2 wilds like this. I think they're overpaid.
Yeah.
One of them is, but yeah, I get what you're saying though. To pay these 2 players,
I hate the all-in mentality that the Bucs have right now on the Baker Mayfield-led Bucs because he made the playoffs, he won a playoff game. No one's taking him as an NFC contender, NFC like title game contender. No one has him there. You'd be crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting. Bucks.
What are they sneaking as one of the hotter teams in the league, like going into playoffs? Would you trust them then? Like,
who are they beating at home? The Lions, the Niners, or the Eagles?
Well, that's what a hot team is. They beat
even a hot
contender.
team. Are they going to beat or the Packers? Like
how many? They're not beating the Packers.
So I'm saying like how many teams you put above them? Like they stuck in. Let's be honest. They stuck into the playoffs because of the division they play in, not because they were they're building some.
And then they won a playoff game going up against
a team in free fall.
Yeah.
So anyway, all that to say, congrats, Jaylen Waddle.
Yeah.
Get the bag. Okay, let's get into some drama now. There's some stuff happening home in Cincinnati, and I don't understand. I mean, let's just get into it. Adam Schefter reporting no Jamar Chase or T. Higgins at the start of the Bengals' voluntary OTAs, both players seeking new deals. The first part didn't bother me as much that they weren't there. And then when he dropped the little bomb at the end that they're both now looking for new deals, that's trouble for the Bengals.
Like that. What is that? Like,
let's take a look at what they've lost. They lost Joe Mixon, right? They might lose T. Higgins.
Yeah.
Trey Hendrickson wants out, and Jamar Chase hasn't been signed. I'd be a little panicked here. I mean, don't mess with these Super Bowl windows too much to where you lose all your players because you just paid. This is just like the worst timing for a peak Burrow coming out from injury. All your guys are leaving.
But what were they focusing on though? Because you're talking about they're not focusing on these guys, and that's fine. But they're focused on the offensive line.
Well, they signed one guy and drafted.
Okay, but they also drafted one guy, which is high draft capital, and then they signed one guy. And when the cries were 2-3 years ago, we need to protect Joe. Like Joe has to be protected.
But they're not paying these guys top 5, whatever money. I
understand that, but I also know that business doesn't just happen in a few days. Like sometimes this stuff takes time. Like I'm not saying I agree. I'm just saying could that be the possibility here? Where it's like, we're going to have it. We just don't have it now.
I tell T. Higgins that. It just doesn't. I don't understand what the strategy is. Like, let's just wait until we piss every one of these players off and then try to get a deal done.
Yeah, but that's my point, though. I don't think it's them pissing them off. I think it's just the business.
No, Bengals have been known to be a cheap
That's fair.
franchise. So I don't understand the long game here. Like, let's piss everybody off and then try to sign them or try to trade them when they're mad.
I got 2 observations here. Number one, incredible business move for these guys to know that they have all the leverage. The Bengals absolutely need these guys.
Yeah.
They need to make this happen with at least one of them.
Yeah.
And they're probably thinking, listen, we're both going to get paid. It may not be both for the Bengals, but this holdout is going to get us both paid.
I mean, they deserve their spot on that list we just looked at.
Absolutely.
We talked about Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
Are you taking Brandon Ayuk over either of these guys?
No.
I don't think so either. I know you might.
Maybe
right?
T. Higgins.
Ayuk over T. Higgins.
I mean, I think but the second thing that comes to mind is I'm an Eagle fan. AJ, you're an Eagle fan.
Mm-hmm.
This offseason, we paid AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, Landon Dixon's the highest paid guard in the league. We paid Jordan Mailata. We paid so many guys.
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley, the biggest contract in recent running back history. There's money to go around for all these guys. So to Angel's point, pay up.
Yeah.
Philly's not a
open
fair
up
team
the
to do,
checkbook. No, I'm saying like Cincinnati, because the problem is when these kind of guys, the only time that the owner actually writes a check immediately is when the guaranteed money is large.
Yeah.
Right. And so you have these two guys who there's guys getting $76 million guaranteed. The owner is going to have to right away write a check and put it in escrow for both these guys. And that's where the being cheap part comes in.
Yeah. I just don't get, like, is it patience or is it just like avoidance? Like, are we avoiding this very awkward conversation because we don't know if we can afford all of them? If not, you should have just traded T. Higgins a long time ago, try to get a first round pick, and then draft a wide out. So this isn't happening. So at least you have one guy. You only have one guy to worry about, not two guys. Now, if T. Higgins sits out, you've lost a playmaker for nothing, and then next year if he walks away, you lost him for nothing.
Honestly, it does feel like what you said, avoidance. Like he's sitting in his office, hiding away, thinking it'll just blow over. Like you got to do something,
especially not this year. Every Wild's getting paid right now, and these guys sitting there like, why am I not getting paid? I should, Jamar Chase is like, I'm just as good as any one of the top 5 wideouts. Yeah. Why am I not getting paid? And T. Higgins has an argument, at least, like, why am I not at least in the top 10 paid wideouts or in the $20 million range? Don't tag me. I want a long-term deal.
I'm on board with T. Higgins. Let him play out this year and let him go. Maybe try to maximize Super Bowl window. I would trade him, but I understand the thinking behind that. Jamar Chase, I don't get.
Yeah.
Because Justin Jefferson's about to get signed, and that's just going to bump up Jamar Chase's number. You need to sign Jamar Chase at the beginning of the offseason.
Yeah.
Like, get that done, get that out of the way. Also, I'll bring this up. I'll say it now. I know it's crazy right now, and I know Joe Burrow's Mr. Ohio, but don't piss off Joe Burrow. Yeah. My man wants to win championships.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to go through the league and just be a good quarterback. He wants to be a legacy. He wants to leave a legacy.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't think that's going to happen with the Bengals because the owner doesn't want to open up the checkbook while Joe Burrow is filling up his stadium, that's not going to go well for very long.
Yeah, it pisses like this is exactly what I said. You wait long enough, you piss people off, and this is what you're doing. You're pissing off the wideouts, and now maybe Joe Burrow's mad. They're not
your best player
signing,
on defense.
You're not signing their his boys. Like obviously him and Chase are close. I just whatever. Like Super Bowl windows aren't as wide or big as people think.
Yeah.
The Bengals, if by next year they've lost 3 of these 4 or 5 guys, Super Bowl windows seems a lot less likely now because you have less talent around Joe Burrow. Yeah. It's just interesting.
Okay, my take was off. Very nice.
T. Higgins also posted on his Instagram as soon as this news came out. With him in the gym, looking like he's in incredible shape. Yeah. Wide receiver 1 shape, I think. Yeah. Don't love the ball security.
Yeah.
I think he needs to cap that.
Let's get the grip of it.
Let's cap it and let's tuck it.
Yeah.
High and tight.
High and tight, baby.
Then he leaves the comment. I tell him no. They can't wait to call me selfish. So
he's
classic receiver move.
He's also very accurate because as soon as this stuff comes out, there's a random source in the building. Players don't like T. Higgins because da. Shut the fuck up, dude. He wants money like everyone else does.
Joe Burrow actually hates him.
Yeah, Joe Burrow actually doesn't like this guy. Where are you this is just I'm on Higgins' side. Even though if you look at T. Higgins, he is hurt a lot. He's not as healthy as he
That's
misses
what I'm
a lot
saying.
of
I
games.
get the T. Higgins thing.
Yeah.
But you need to pay
Jamar Chase, I don't know what you're looking for. Like the second he got in the building, Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals just shot to a different tier of football.
Yeah. One more thing, and then we'll wrap up here. The Bengals, with all these questions, the Bills are going through a little bit of a let's find out what the next iteration of the Josh Allen Bills is.
Oh my God.
I mean, the Texans coming up. you got to see like an opportunity. Like what there's some like obviously the Chiefs are up top, but there's some faltering in the ranks.
And there's some sleeper teams this year. I don't know how, but we are very pro Colts on this thing. The Colts might have a very good roster. You know what I'm saying?
About the Jets.
The Jets are still there. Like it's like
Ravens.
That's why I say these Super Bowl windows. Like, oh, you're crazy, Joe Burrow's. Whatever. There's a lot of good teams in the freaking AFC, man. Don't just count on Joe Burrow to save in the day because there's a lot of.
They would definitely go to a rival team too. They're going to the Chiefs or the Bills, something like that. That'd be so much fun.
I see T. Higgins in Baltimore. Like let's just go out. I'm like, a lot of teams would love T. Higgins, man. I'm telling you.
Bo Nix and the Broncos.
Yeah, deep sleeper. Deep sleeper.
Knocked out.
All right, that's
this bitch is knocked out. Jesus. Roofied.
Okay. That needs to be in our fantasy. Like we have our sleepers and we have our roofies.
We gotta look at
our roofie list.
Like they're out cold.
Some like 6th-round running back.
Yeah. That's pretty.
All right. That wraps up our wide receiver drama section. A lot going on. I love receiver talk. It's just they're the star. They're behind quarterbacks. They're the stars in the game.
Yeah,
they're awesome.
Yeah, and they're all funny and they're all. And because they're just the most exciting players besides quarterbacks in the NFL because they do all the fun stuff.
And the draft show, I forgot what JB called all
Slap
receivers.
dicks.
Was it slap dicks?
Yeah, slap dicks.
I love it.
Classic phrases.
Okay, to close out the show today, guys, I got a final word.
Okay,
straight from me. Okay, something that's pissing me off that I want to air out in the streets here. Ready? The Falcons and the Eagles tampering rulings are likely going to come out this week. I think I have a slide on it. The Falcons have been investigated for contact with free agent Kirk Cousins. The Eagles being investigated with contact with Saquon Barkley. And this week, the league's going to make their ruling on if they're going to get penalties. And there's been some serious penalties being handed out recently. The Dolphins forfeited a first-round pick and a third-round selection for that Tom Brady tampering, if you remember that.
They didn't even get him.
They didn't even get him.
And they didn't even they didn't even get him.
Tough.
And then he won a Super Bowl with the Bucks.
Yeah.
Jeez. And then the Chiefs missed out on a third-round pick for tampering with Jeremy Maclin back in 2015. Here's what I want to say. There's so many fools getting signed. I know because I have Twitter. Okay. Minutes, seconds after the deadline starts. Yep. Don't tell me that everyone isn't tampering. Okay, I get it. If you broke the rule, pay the piper. But if everyone's breaking the rules, then everyone needs to pay the piper. Not just the teams that complain loudly enough or consistently enough.
It doesn't make sense. Like, so what's your timeline? Because all these players talk to other players about joining their team.
Obviously.
So, like, is it when the players talk to the players or when the agents talk to the players, talk to teams? Like, there's a way that, like, there's a reason, like I said, why 1 minute after 12:01, T. Higgins signs.
It's so obvious.
So you're like, okay, so the agents have talked to the teams. Obviously, they've agreed to contract deals already.
They got numbers already.
Like, why? How? Unless, like, it was like last season where the Eagles were like, Saquon, join our team next year.
Yeah,
maybe. But I'm sure even during the season, the players like, hey, bro, next year your deal's up. It doesn't. I don't know. I gotta see the CBA and what it looks like because it doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, the rule is you just can't contact through an agent, through anything. There's no contact allowed. But that's obviously not what's happening.
Yeah.
Right. It's going to cost it looks like the Falcons are being expected to receive a little bit more severe punishment. But, I mean, draft picks are big time, especially for the Falcons, a team and the Eagles, Super Bowl contending teams, to dock them like a third-round pick for something as silly as, well, we're just going to pick you this year to pay the price for tampering when the whole league is tampering.
Yeah,
it's just it pisses me off so much.
Oh yeah, because just like you said, teams like the Eagles who are paying a lot of players and need draft picks because they're cheaper. To take away a first round pick from a team like that, like we need that pick, please. And why are we getting punished for something that everyone does? Why are we being singled out? I get it, and at least they got their guys. At least Philadelphia didn't like lose Saquon back to the Giants, and they still got their.
Yeah, but if it costs us a third round pick, it's going to kind of take a little bit of the excitement out of it.
Basically, if it's a first round pick, you traded a first round pick for Saquon Barkley.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
sucks.
We didn't really need to do that.
Right.
But it's interesting. I can't wait to see what happens.
I mean, what do you guys think the rule should be? I think just let everyone tamper. If I want to talk to Jordan Love and say, hey, listen, you should come play for the Eagles when your contract's up or whatever. So who cares?
I'm interested to know why. Why is this not okay? Why are you so against a team
talking
to someone.
Talking.
You haven't signed them before their contract's over.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the professional world, we're free to go out. If I'm working for company A, I'm free to go seek out a contract or different, better benefits at company B while I'm still working for company A. I don't understand that.
That's a great point. I think this is what's left over from the ownership.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like just having total control over these players.
Yeah, like, no, you're mine 100%. You don't even get to talk to anybody.
You don't get to talk. That's crazy.
What the fuck are you talking
That's
about?
crazy. Gabe,
Like, there's no way you can even regulate it if you think about it. Like, we live in an Instagram and Twitter world.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna check the guy's DMs every night before
Right.
no, it's crap. And I like what you say too. It's that old school mentality thing.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, go. Like, that's not how we run things.
In the next CBA, they gotta fix this shit. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. So that'll come out this week, and we'll be pissed off when that comes out, and we'll talk about it here.
For sure.
That's our show for today, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Don't forget, use our benched code. It's in the description of the video below, and half of that will go to the Fix It Foundation for Men's Mental Health Awareness Month here in June.
June, what's up, June?
We'll see you on later this week, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Peace.
Peace.